Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Hey, thank you for dialing in, joining me this evening here. I wanted to jump on, talk to you real quick, share a little bit about my story, but really wanted to share with you the Le-Vel Live Zoom that's going on tonight with Ashley Olson and friends. So they're going to jump on, they're going to share their story, talk about how 3 simple steps absolutely changed their morning routine and changed their lives. So we'll jump over to that as soon as it gets started here. I'm watching it now. But hey, for me, my name's Andrew Osborne. Live here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. For those that are watching a little ways away, I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a leader. I'm a manager. A hard worker. I'm so many things to so many people. And for me, being a guy, I try to take all that on. You try to take on the world, and all that stress, that strain, and all that stuff, can wear you down. um, and for me, that's the way I was living my life. I was getting worn down, worn out, stressed out, right? I would come home from work and all I wanted to do is sit on the couch, veg out, and not pay attention to anything or anyone. Just zone out, don't talk to me, don't ask me to make any decisions. I just want to literally exist. And that's sad to say because our life is so short. Why do we just want to pass by time just by sitting on the couch watching television, sitting on the couch just watching the minutes tick away. We have all this time, all this adventure for us to go and see. And for me, if you listened to our Le-Vel Live Zoom that we did Tuesday, right, you heard me share about my story about how I remember as a young child, my father and we would, go hiking through the woods, and he would just make up stories, and we'd, be running from bandits or running from, poachers or something in the woods, and he would just make it a fun experience for me, and that stuck to me in my head, right? Um, and some for those memories, I'm so grateful for, because it gave me a sense of adventure. It gave me a sense of excitement. And now what are we, as we get older, we lose that sense of adventure. We lose that sense of excitement. And thankfully for me, the 3 steps
I
brought
think we
that
are
excitement back.
rolling.
So hey,
So,
it looks like they're getting started. I'm
good
going to jump
evening,
over. I'll
everybody.
get you guys
Happy
here in a little bit.
Thursday. My name is Ashley, and I am super excited to be here with you. I was just telling these lovely ladies that I'm on this Zoom with that anytime corporate asks me to do this Zoom, I say yes, because I know there's somebody out there that needs to hear my story, needs to hear our stories. Somebody who's just like me as a mama and was miserable, tired, exhausted, all the things before I found Thrive. So I'm going to go ahead, share my story with you, and then I'm going to pass it on to Star, who will share hers. She'll pass it on to Liz, and then we'll wrap it up. So, hi again, I'm Ashley. I have been thriving now for 4.5 years, and I'm going to take you back to 4.5 years ago. I am a mom of 3 boys. At the time, they were 8, 3, and 2. And I was working full time for the Minnesota Army National Guard. My husband worked on the road 5 days a week. And so I did a lot of the child rearing, homesteading, all the things. And to say I was tired is an understatement. I survived off of coffee and Red Bull every single day. And the amount of crud that I drank is crazy, and I'm surprised I didn't give myself a heart attack. So again, that was probably August of 2018. I had started following a fellow boy mom on social media who was constantly sharing her sticker, and I forgot to grab my 3 steps, but she was sharing this, sticker and saying how good she feels. She always had such positive energy. She was go, go, go with her boys. And I was like, there is no way. But I silently watched. I never commented. I never liked. I never nothing on her stuff, but I watched. And I remember it was November of 2018. She had shared this product that they have outside of the 3 steps. It was on sale for like $15. And I'm like, you know what? We're going to give it a go, because if it doesn't work, which it probably won't, I'm only out $15. So I ordered. It's a product that we call Balance. It helps with your digestive system. It helps with bloating, all the things. And as a mom who did not really take care of her body, I was like, well, I could use a little bit of, something down here. And so I ordered. She sent me 3 days of the 3 steps just for ordering that one product. And it sat on my counter for 8 days, you guys, because I did not want to have to go without my coffee and Red Bull. I thought I would be miserable. Again, I was super skeptical. I didn't think it was going to work. But on that 8th day, I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to work today. I'm actually going to sit in a training. And if anybody on here is military, any military training is death by PowerPoint. I always had a cup of coffee and was still doing the head nod throughout the whole training. And so I got up that morning. I took those capsules. I drank that lifestyle mix 20 minutes later, and then I slapped on that sticker. Now, I will also tell you that I still made that cup of coffee that morning, even though I was told, try to stay away from the coffee. We really want Thrive to have its ultimate shot, so you can see how it makes you feel. But I will also tell you guys that cup of coffee never left that Keurig. I was up and out the door and on my way to work after dropping the kids off. And she checked in with me at about 10 o'clock that morning. And she's like, hey, I just want to check in, see how you're doing. Are you noticing anything? And it was at that point, I was like, I don't have a coffee in my hand. I had my water. And that was it. And I was awake, alert, focused. I was like, holy moly, I have to ask you, is this legal? I'm in the military. I can't have any illegal substances in my body. Or this is legit, right? She's like, yes. It's all natural. It's premium grade. There's nothing illegal in there. And I was like, okay. Whew. Went through my day. You guys, I will be 100% transparent with you. My days during the week after getting home with my kids, it looked like this. We'd walk in the door, drop all the bags, and I would put them in front of the TV or a tablet. I literally had nothing left to give at the end of the day to my kids. I had no energy, nothing. I fed them what was ever easiest for dinner, which most of the time wasn't very healthy for them. But whatever I could get to get through the, dinner and homework if we had it, and then baths and bedtime so that I could go to bed. But that first day I got home and I was like, okay, boys, what do we want to do? What do you guys want to have for dinner? I had the true energy to keep up with them and not just plop my butt on the couch and pray the night away until bedtime. That was huge for me because up until that point, you guys, I had just thought, you know what? This is just how life's got to be until they're old enough to, take care of themselves. And then maybe I'll get some of my energy back because I'm not focusing solely on them at the end of the day. So day 3 was another huge marker for me when I realized that I was falling asleep the second my head hit the pillow. Most women will say this. It would take me an hour, if not more, at night because I would lay down and then I'd be like, oh crap, I didn't do this. Oh, I got to remember to do this tomorrow. Oh, the boys need this for school tomorrow. Oh, got to pay daycare tomorrow. That was how my head worked. And so I was constantly, gears were turning once it was time to actually go to sleep at night. But that third night, 5 minutes and I was out cold and I got a good night's sleep. I felt so rested the next morning. Again, huge for me. And then by day 10, you guys, I have about 14 years of dance experience under my belt. I have now hit 20 years in the military. So I've done some wear and tear in my body. And so sitting on the floor with my children was always hard for me because I couldn't just get right back up. I was always dealing with aches and pains, especially in my knees. And that night, things completely changed. I was able to jump right up, chase after the boys. I wasn't like, oh, hold on, mom needs a minute. None of that. The aches were gone. And so I am now 4.5 years in. You guys, at that time I had 3 kids. I'm now carrying number 4, which we're super excited for. We worked very hard to get her. But I am a thriver through and through. And to have a product that I can still take while carrying a child is huge for me. And I will tell you that at 37, I'm now 37, 5 months pregnant, this pregnancy has almost been my easiest pregnancy. I still dealt with the first trimester fatigue. However, my Thrive, I've taken it every single day, and I am thankful for the energy that it is giving me to continue through. My boys are now 12, 7, and 6, and they are balls of energy. We like to do all the things, and I'm still able to keep up with them because of my vitamins. So that is why I'm here still to this day. That's why I share as much as I can. I will tell anybody who will listen all about what this product has done for me, and not only me, but my husband as well. So that is a little bit of my Thrive experience. Now I'm going to hand you over to Star to share hers.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity to share my Thrive experience. I've been thriving just about as long as you have, 4.5 years. 5 years will be in September. And honestly, looking back is kind of hard, but it's also good. It's also good to just look back and just realize how far I've come. I was at a point in my life where I was, I guess, kind of embarrassed to say this, but I was praying for God to just take me away. I was at rock bottom of rock bottom. I didn't see anywhere. I didn't see up, basically. I thought I was just a complete waste. My family and I had gone through a 3-month homelessness experience. And towards the end of that homelessness experience, when we were waiting to hear back about an apartment, if we got approved or not, I started following this gal that I knew from high school. Now, she was always one of those girls who I was bullied a lot, but she was always one that would flash me a smile or help me out, so I knew that I had this feeling that I could trust her. And she started sharing about this silly little sticker. And I'm like, what is that? Like, she's literally wearing a sticker. Now, mind you, at the time I was a mom of 3. And I once wore a silly sticker that was called a birth control patch. And now I have a 15-year-old daughter while on that birth control patch. I'm like, there's no way a sticker is going to work and make me feel that good. So 2 weeks later, we were moving into our apartment. And that night I reached out to her. I'm like, listen, I've got to try this. I need something. Like, God answered our prayers with this place. I feel like he placed you in my life, again, for this reason. So let me go ahead and try it. So I actually got a full 30 days. I didn't want to get a 3-day sample because I thought there was no way I'd be able to feel it on day 1, let alone in 3 days. So we got ahead and got my first month ordered. And I'll never forget, it was a Saturday that my package arrived, and it was pretty early. It was like 10 o'clock. And I actually tore it open and I took it right then and there. And I tell you what, so we were, like I said, we had just moved into this apartment and everything was still, packed away in boxes. And my husband woke up and he's like, what's going on? Like, what's wrong with you? Because I had the kitchen unpacked and everything was put away. Everything was like sparkling clean. I'm like, I don't think anything's wrong with me, but I think I'm thriving. Like, I took this. Then I showed him what it was. I took these capsules. I had this shake mix. And I tell you what, I was really nervous about the shake mix because I had tried shakes from other places before, different companies. And what was it? That GNC store. And they were just so clumpy and just disgusting, gritty, and just, ugh. So I was really nervous. And I didn't even have a shaker cup then. Like, I literally had to use a fork to mix it. But I was just shocked because it was so thin. I mean, even the mix alone compared to other mixes, you could just tell it was going to blend. And that's what happened. It was very silky smooth. It literally tastes like a Christmas sugar cutout cookie, like one of the old fashioned ones that grandma makes. Oh, they're so good. And I still to this day, vanilla is my jam. I mean, I love everything else, but vanilla is amazing. So fast forward to day 3. That was my first thriving Monday. And again, I was a mom of 3. 2 of them were in school and we were typically always late. My husband was late to work. The kids were late to school, because I was a snooze button queen. Literally, I hit the snooze button all the time, but it was just really shocking because everybody was up, out the door to school, to work on time. And around 9 a.m., when 9 a.m. hit, I had my, at the time, 2-year-old Abel, he's now 6, at the park, and I was playing with him. Like, I wasn't just watching him from the park bench. And I'll never forget, because I even went live on my Facebook, and I'm like, guys, I don't know what's going on here. Like, I'm holding up, I'm like, but I'm running around and I'm playing with my kid, and I think I'm outrunning him. And he's 2. I mean, we know the energy that a 2-year-old, I mean, haven't you heard that saying, like, I wish I could bottle their energy up? Well, I think we did it in 3 little steps, seriously. Fast forward to day 10. At this point, it was another Monday. I had noticed that I had completely, without even trying, kicked my Pepsi addiction. I was literally obviously married to my husband, but I was married to Cherry Pepsi too. And it was just what I lived off of. If I didn't have a Cherry Pepsi, and I had, like, I would say 8 to 9 glasses or cans a day. If I didn't have one, I was a royal mean person. Like, I was just really nasty. It really got me into, I don't know, really bad mood. And I think because it was really affecting my gut in a very negative way. So I noticed that I had dropped that. I noticed that I started drinking more water, which I used to absolutely hate. Like, I used to despise water. I couldn't believe it. I was craving more healthier, fresh foods. And then my daughter, she was 11 at the time. I think she was 11, like 10 or 11. And she came home from school, and I'm sitting at my desk, doing the Thrive thing. Because at that time I was a promoter, because I was like, oh my gosh, I got to share this stuff. Right. And she's like, Mom, I'm really proud of you. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, why? Why are you proud of me? She said, well, you're happy now. You're playing with us. So I'm like, oh, well, wow. Like, if my child, and listen, children are very boldly honest. They don't care about hurt feelings. They're going to tell you straight. So I knew if she could tell a difference, my husband could tell a difference, and I felt that difference. I knew that this wasn't just something that was in my head. Because at first, on day one, that did go through my head. Like, is this real, or is this just me? Like, what's going on here? But here I am, almost 5 years later. I'm now a mommy of 5. I also thrived through 2 pregnancies, 2 breastfeeding journeys, and even my midwives love the Thrive experience. And I tell you what, those pregnancies compared to my first 3 pregnancies, and mind you, I was a teenage mom. So I had a young body when I was pregnant with my first 2. You would think that I would, have all the energy in the world during those pregnancies. No, they were horrible. And my 2 while I was thriving it was absolutely incredible. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be a thriver for life. Liz, I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to you. Thank you.
All right. Can you guys hear me? Is my internet working good? Okay. All right. So my name is Liz, and I'm like a newbie compared to you guys. I have been thriving since August, I want to say. So I started out with a 30-day trial, and I actually got a 3-day sample sent. And let's see. We were in Boston, Massachusetts. Me and my husband are full-time. Well, we were full-time travelers in our 5th wheel. So we were coming back home to Minnesota in like three days, I want to say. But I got my 3-day sample from one of the girls, and I took it. That day, I woke up super early and took my 3 days, or my 2 capsules, and started packing the camper. And then my husband was like, why are you up early? I'm like, yeah, I don't even know what was wrong with me. Like, I took these 2 capsules and I have all this energy. And by the end of that day, we had the camper fully packed. And then the next day, no, not next day, I want to say it was like the 3rd day, we had to do an event at the campground that we were at. And I had to bring my mother-in-law to the airport first, get her going. And then it was like 5 o'clock when we had this food event, did a food event from 5 to 7. And then after that, we actually jumped straight into the truck with the 5th wheel and drove from Massachusetts back to Minnesota, all within like, it's like a 24-hour drive. So we were up from about 7 o'clock in the morning to, I want to say, it was probably maybe like 8 or 9 o'clock the next day, but I was up for 24 hours. I'm like, Kobe, there's something wrong with me, because we like to switch, because I like the nighttime driving, so it was nighttime. So he's like, "You're still awake?" Or he came over, he like touched my head. He's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't know what's wrong, but this is not like a bad thing. I haven't even like I would always stop for coffee or Red Bull." He's like looking in the camper. He's like looking in the truck. He's like, "Where's your Red Bull? Where's your coffee?" I'm like, "I didn't need any." Like, it was insane. So we came back, did our thing, and then I want to say it was like on the 10th day, we got a kitten. And we all know with kittens and puppies and this and that, they like to stay up at night and keep you up and this and that. I was maybe going on like 2, 3, 4 hours of sleep with this cat, and I'm like, for the love of God, I just want to sleep. I just need all this energy. Then like, I am so glad that I have these 2 capsules, and it's called the Black Label, Black DFT, and I'm just like, I am like seriously blessed. And I want to say I used to drink a lot of pop too, and within probably the first like 10, 15 days, I was down to maybe 1 pop a day. And then now it's like when we go to like restaurants or anything, I don't even like want pop. I just want straight water or like lemon with water. Like, it is insane how much it has helped me. And then one of the biggest things that I feel really accomplished with this company is I'm a very petite little lady. So when I started, I was like at 92 pounds. I know that sounds like it's like I'm really, really tiny, but I want to say it was probably like maybe like 2 months ago, I was able to finally break 100 pounds, which is like really, really exciting for me. And then like a couple weekends ago, I was actually at my parents. Like, I don't believe in the scale, but with my situation, I weighed myself and I'm actually sitting at like almost 110 pounds, because I'm like really thankful for how much it has made my life better. And the last couple of days, I have had a really bad tickle in my throat, so it keeps me up all night. So I've had a total of 2 hours of sleep each day this week. And I only have like a 7-minute drive to work, but once I get up, take my vitamins, by the time I get to work, I am awake. And I'm glad that I had this, because I work with from kindergarten to 5th grade, and dealing with kids all day, I need that like mental clarity. So having this, it's like a true blessing. Like, it's insane. Like, I'm like really blessed to have this, and I will continue doing this for now. So yeah, that's my story.
Thank you, ladies, for sharing. Yes, I love your story, Liz, because it truly shows that the 3 steps to Thrive is not a weight loss program. It is a health and wellness program that is going to help everybody differently based off of what your body needs. And so I love that. So everybody on this Zoom, I challenge you to go back to the person that invited you and share with them what you liked about this Zoom. Let them know if you have any questions. And then also ask them about Thriving for free, because here with Le-Vel, we love getting our product for free, whether you're a customer or promoter, and it's possible for everybody. So again, thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Star and Liz, for being on with me tonight. And I hope you guys all have a good rest of your Thursday evening. Have a good night.
Oh, so amazing listening to all those different stories. So catch us every Tuesday, Thursday for these Le-Vel lives. People just talking about their stories and experiencing it. But again, for me, you know, I got tired of sitting around and essentially wasting my life away, wasting my precious moments that I could be spending with family and friends. And so grateful, so blessed that the Thrive experience came into my life from my lovely wife, Holly. because it just gave me more energy. It gave me that motivation to get out and enjoy life. And now, we just got back from Colorado, and hiking the Manitou Incline, absolutely amazing, and seeing all the different areas around Denver. Um, it's life's an adventure. It's not meant to be sitting, wasting it away on the couch, right? Why do you I said this on our last Zoom, why do you want to make an impact on your lazy boy? It's called lazy boy for a reason. Go make an impact on somebody else's life. Get out there and enjoy life, because you only have one. So utilize it and enjoy it while you can right now. So uh, that's all I'm going to talk about tonight. So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for watching. And we will see you here Tuesday for another Le-Vel Live. So we'll talk to you later. Have a good night, everyone.